Hey guys, sorry it took me so long to make another video of the Tommie copper, but this is the second part to the review. I'd like to say that it does work to a degree. I think it's best for people with chronic pain, such as arthritis or some other ailment that is just long term in that sense. Acute pain, like I have, or it doesn't seem to really do much for it unless I really work on it and I begin to inflame it a lot. Then it helps a little bit. However, I will say that there's no substitute for ice, ibuprofen, and good diet and rest. That's what's gonna help you. That's what's gonna help change your life as far as your injury goes. But in absence of the ice and the fact that it's you can't just wear ice when you're trying to shoot around or when you're playing tennis. This is probably the next best thing. If every single time you play tennis that your arm starts swelling up and or you start feeling pain, you're gonna want to buy this because it's gonna help reduce that onset. And the fact is that when you can't ice, then you can have this on, and it's, I guess, the next best thing. I would say it's definitely a buy. I would buy it. I haven't used it as much as I thought I would, but that's just because of my injury. I've had some other issues as far as I had a really intense bruise on my arm. I fell down playing basketball on this side, and I decided to just put it over there, and it helped a little bit. And then I also had a couple of other sort of inflammation issues on this arm. Oddly enough, this arm's getting all the beat, so I switched it over, and I'd say it helped. If you have an acute issue, then I guess you could buy it, but I wouldn't necessarily think that you have to. I would say really just rest, icing, and ibuprofen are probably going to be your best bet to recovery. But if you have a chronic condition, I'd buy the Tommie copper. It's a great product in many senses. I haven't been able to benefit maximally from it, but I think a lot of people could. So a couple notes. Let's take a look at the shape that it's in. So there is a little bit of fraying here along the lines, and then for whatever reason this started to crinkle up a little bit. You can't put this in a washer. You can't put it in a washing machine or anything. You just rinse it under hot water. Don't use any soap, and then that's what's got to clean it, because I think it's the copper is one of the issues, that they don't want the copper to be tarnished by the soap, because I mean it is the Tommie copper. But as far as it smelling bad or anything like that, it really doesn't. I've played with it several times, and I only had to wash it once, just because I just felt like it was a good idea after so many times playing. Not that it really smelled that bad, but I'm kind of a sneaky kid times too. But yeah, no, I got the medium, obviously. It does, as you're playing and stuff, and as you bend your elbow, it does slip down, and that's kind of annoying. I want it to be probably up here, right on top of my arm, and then it always slips down to right about here, where it's not actually getting after my elbow, really. So I always have to kind of move it up. So maybe if I were to do it all again, I might get the large. And I really don't have that big of arms, but that's what I'm thinking is I want, it needs to have maximum compression on here. If it's just down here, it doesn't really do much. But that's the Tommie copper. I hope you find this review useful, and good luck with your injury. Oh, taking 5 minutes to say goodbye, but later.